baby.
It's Kris.
It's Kel.
And here we are with all the trays. I have all the trays.
She does big and she does little.
I do anything. Ask around. I do it all, baby.
Word on the street.
Yes, word on the street.
So I'm working on Willow by Hannah Lynn from Diamond Art Club. I'm using Jenny, the Uncrafty Crafters, coffee, parchment, release papers, thank you. I have a cover minder and a snap from her Etsy shop. Oh, snap. Crafters Cafe. I'm using Munimade trays. I have a pen from Amazon loaded with clear Quake Hold gel. I have my stainless tip. Here we go. My stainless steel tip, angled and four placer. And then I have this pen from Tima, Diamond Painting with Sparklers. And the steel tip straight and, well, straight because it's not angled. And then another four placer. And I have this loaded with my diamond dots.
Say that faster next time.
No.
As you can tell, this is like our third WIP and chat we've recorded, so she is on it.
Well, I want everyone to know, because by the time they see this one, it may have been a week since they've seen us, or ever. This might be your first time. If it is, welcome. We are sisters that craft together.
And leave a number 1 in that comment section if this is your first time watching us.
Yeah, but welcome. We try to have fun. We talk about relevant topics to us at least. And we usually finish our WIP and chats with the dad joke. So what's not to like?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I always ask. But anyway, I am still working on Chuck Pinson. I started this on March 1st of 2021. And it is now August, and now mind you, I have not worked on it consistently. It's coming in and out of the closet.
Her canvases come in and out of the closet all the time.
They are by,
and
it's fine. It is fine.
No one is excluded.
No one's judging.
No one is excluded from our channel. And that's Kris, by the way, if you're new to us. Kris is working on the Chuck Pinson. I'm Kel, and I'm working over here. So
yes, and Chuck Pinson is back. I'm on vacation from work. I'm almost finished this section, and then I will only have a quarter of it left, and I'm so excited. I'm on a roll. I go back to work on Sunday, so this will probably never get finished until the end of the year. But anyway, I have all the trays in front of me. I'm not even going to go through it because I already did. This is 3D Wilson Designs mini trays, and it holds a few. If you don't need a lot of a certain color, these are perfect. See, so I have them little, laid out here in a nice little display. This is the big one from 3D Wilson. This one I don't know where I got this. Kel probably gave it to me. And then this is the Munimade tray that Kel is making me use because she swears by them. So I'm giving it a shot. And this is my pen I've been using. It's from Etsy. I'm sorry, Trisha Canal, right? Is that what I said before? Oh, Tina Canal, sorry. And
everything we say, we will link.
Tina Cabal.
Oh my God, you're changing her name.
And I really like this pen, so this is what I've been using. And of course, Jenny, I have her little snap cover minder. I got my wine because this is cocktails and crafts and cocktails.
You do that.
I do that every time because cocktails is important.
And I have a little vodka with
cheers.
A little, even more or less orange juice.
Yeah, this is like her second or third, so it's less orange juice now. I'm still on my first glass of wine because that's what I do.
Yeah, you're a lightweight, which is good.
I babysit.
Somebody has to take care of the channel.
Right? So anyway, we are here catching up. So my middle daughter, her birthday was on Wednesday, and they came over for dinner. My oldest daughter, and both my granddaughters were here for birthday dinner and cake.
And she just turned
29. And so it was a very laid back. The baby she's teething, she wasn't feeling good, so we just stayed here. Anyway, our mother, talked about something on the news about vaccines, and so I turned to my daughter, my oldest, and I said, so are you going to get vaccinated? And she was like, I don't need it. I was like, what do you mean you don't need it? Well, I just don't need it right now. Like, I just don't see the big deal. And I'm like, we got in this little, like, tiff.
Yeah.
She ended up getting mad, grabbing the oldest granddaughter and going to the pool. Yeah, so that wasn't great. But then she came in and we kind of moved on from it. But,
wow.
it was a little tense. I just wondered if anybody's had this issue in their family where you have a disagreement on the vaccine, you know, and how you handle it. Because she was like, well, as soon as you guys are uncomfortable, I'll just zoom into everything, any family events. I just won't be around. And I'm like, well, you have two nieces that, you know, are now exposed because of the Delta variant, right? And now we have mom here and she's vaccinated, but, you know, still,
right.
It's like, be careful. You travel all over. You're always around people, you know, so it was a little bit of an issue. And then my middle one hasn't been vaccinated because she was pregnant, you know, and breastfeeding now, but she's like, well, where do I get vaccinated at? So I was like, okay, I think I must have made a point about it, because I was telling her, like, I work in a hospital. I see what happens. You know, I've had people I care about die from COVID.
Yes.
You know, so it's serious. This isn't just something, and she was like, well, we just don't know what's in it. And I'm like, stop. You have vaccines in you from the time you were 2 months old.
Exactly.
You survived.
Right.
I'm sure they're not, you know, this thing, people know how to make vaccines now. It's a thing. So,
I mean, and this is a controversial topic.
It
so
is.
we're probably going to have people watching that don't take on our viewpoint.
yeah, and you may not agree, and that's fine. We're just expressing our view.
Exactly. And I've had the same conversation with my kids, and my kids are in their early 20s, and, you know, at the time my husband and I got vaccinated, it wasn't even available to them yet. You know, it was more for the older community.
Yes.
We did qualify earlier than others because we were considered frontline, you know, essential workers. And, you know, my kids haven't expressed any interest either. And I've had a couple talks with them, but they just kind of shut down, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because, I mean, I've heard people say, oh, what if I grow a tail or there's a chip in it? And I'm like, look at the millions of people who have gotten it. Or
Yeah.
do we have tails yet? You
Right.
know? It's so fear-based. And it's like,
It is.
I understand, like, people are selfish in a general way that they're like, oh, well, if I get it, oh, well, I get it. But what if you give it to someone
Right.
that has a compromised immune
I'm not
system?
worried about myself.
Yeah.
I'm worried about, you know, bringing it home and giving it to others.
Right. One of your grandkids
Yeah,
or mom.
For sure.
You know, and, you know, and two, just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you won't get it. It doesn't mean you can't get it.
It doesn't.
It just means you're not likely to die from it.
Right.
And if you have that opportunity to save your life,
Right.
and maybe save the life of someone else, why wouldn't you take that?
Yep. I just know a few people who passed away, people I've known in my, you know, throughout my life, and one very close person to me, and I don't know, I just feel like it's real, and yes, there have been some cases of people having a reaction to it and not doing well, of course, but that's with anything.
Right.
You know, people don't know they're allergic to anesthesia or have malignant hypothermia and go under to have, you know, an appendix taken out, and then all of a sudden they die because they didn't know they were allergic to anesthesia. Anything can happen.
Right.
You know, anything can happen, but I just feel like the majority of people will be fine if they get vaccinated. And it's just, I think the numbers are creeping up. And because I work in a hospital, oh my gosh, it was just miserable. It was miserable during COVID. And none of us in the hospital want that to come back.
And you were saying, like, a lot of you were doing other jobs because you could no longer do the job that was required of you because there was such need in other departments.
Yeah. We couldn't do any surgeries. We had to basically take our manpower and use it elsewhere. So, and we had no hospital beds in the hospital to do surgeries that were not life and death. So It's just, and then the company I work for, which is Kaiser Permanente, they are now requiring their employees to have the vaccine.
I just
and
saw
so
that on the
that
news.
is going to be an issue for you'd be surprised how many hospital workers aren't getting vaccinated. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, we always tease this one guy. And now I just can imagine what he's been saying this week. I've been off of work, so thank God I didn't have to
It was
hear
a great
him. It was a great week to be off work.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So, but anyway, might be a little controversial, but I just want this thing to go away. I want us all to be okay. And
yeah, I mean, this is an unprecedented, yes.
I'm going to just speak for you, okay?
My tongue is like having a party in my mouth. It's doing nothing I tell it to.
Wow. Better than a party in your pants, I guess.
Nope, I'll take that. I'll take a party in my pants, thank you.
Anyway.
But yeah, it's very interesting, so. And I mean, I know a whole family who had it.
That had COVID?
Yeah. A whole family. And
Yeah.
thank goodness I don't believe any of them were hospitalized.
Oh, they got lucky.
But, like, I worry about more of the long-term effects.
Yes. Yes.
Like, years and years later, you may have, like, scarring on your lungs.
Yep.
You
Jason's
know?
best friend got COVID, and he's 40.
Mm-hmm.
Or early. I think he's like 40. He can never work again. He's disabled. He can't breathe. He has kidney function issues now. He has a bunch of problems.
Wow.
And he's so young. He
Yeah.
got it he was a physical therapist. He got it from an elderly person at a home.
At, like, a elderly home?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, wow.
Or that elderly person came to his work. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Was it
but-
pretty early on, or?
No, it was it was probably in the summer of last year. So a
Okay.
few months after it all started.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's gonna live with that forever.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
Yeah.
And I just, I don't know. My friend, her mom died of it,
Wow.
and now she has to take care of her dad and her brother. One of my good friends passed. A guy at work passed,
Mhm.
people at work have had it.
Yeah.
It's very scary. So I think that for my daughters, they don't see it up close. They don't know anybody
Right.
they know people that have had it, but luckily they were young enough to not get real sick.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just think it's irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, the flu vaccine, a lot of people don't take that, and I get that. But this isn't the flu we're talking about.
Right.
So I just wish everybody would do their part and be safe, because it really hurts when you're a worker in a hospital and you have to take care of people because they chose not to get it. And we had 22 people in the hospital the other day, and 21 of them were unvaccinated that had COVID. So those numbers speak volumes.
And hospital workers are saying the first thing they say is, "Can I get the vaccine now?"
Oh yeah.
And it's
Right. It's like no.
right, like,
It doesn't work that way.
it's like preventing STDs.
Right.
If you can prevent it,
Why wouldn't
not?
you?
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? And there are some people that can't take it because they're immunocompromised.
There are some people who are so allergic to everything
Yeah.
that they can't, and I get that. So shouldn't the rest of us
do our part.
do our part to
Right.
protect them?
Right, because if he gets somebody that was immunocompromised, they're going to have a real hard time.
Yes.
Because they already don't have the proper immune system to fight it.
Right.
So, but anyway, so that
I
was
know
annoying.
we're kind of late to the game on this topic because
Well, we try not to really discuss too much in our personal beliefs, but I just wanted to share with you all how annoying that was.
yeah, and it's frustrating.
It's very frustrating because I'm like, I don't want you to not be a part of everything, but my God, I mean, we have now that it worries me more now because the Delta variant is coming after the kids,
Yeah.
and I don't want my granddaughters to get it. They're too little. You can't
Right.
even get the vaccine. So shouldn't we do our part
Right.
to protect them?
And what about the kids going back to school?
Oh, well, honestly, now I don't even think they should have school because of this variant.
Mhm.
It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Because kids are kids and you can't control. We can all wash our hands and wear masks and, we're pretty responsible. We can be responsible, but children don't understand.
Right.
So you can tell them all day to sanitize and don't touch the person, don't get close, but really,
But they're still kids.
they're children.
Yeah.
You can't fault them for that.
And now I know Palm Springs is requiring wearing masks indoors now.
Yeah.
The council just passed that. So
Well, I just heard that LA County is going to require, if you want to go to a restaurant or theater, anything, you have to show you're vaccinated
oh,
or you can't get in.
wow.
Yep.
Well, I'm not surprised it's going there because
Well,
If
same
there
thing
was
with the sports arenas
if
and
there
stuff.
was more compliance, we wouldn't
Right.
be where we are.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. So, but we're in California, so how is it around where you guys are? What's happening? I've heard other states are shutting down again. so-
Australia shut down again.
Yeah. Oh, I know because Jason's partner, one of his business partners, Liz is from Australia, and he moved back, and he kept getting delayed because they wouldn't let him back in the country. And then he did get back in,
And now
and he
he-
was quarantined for 14 days,
Mhm.
and then he got to move on to wherever he's gonna live because he had to stay in Melbourne until he was out of the quarantine.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, other states are not playing, or other countries are not playing around.
No.
So, but anyway. What other controversial topics can we talk about? That way we can title this controversial. If you're triggered, if you get upset, don't watch this.
Right. Right. We will be talking about these issues.